Good morning, dear all students. Today we are going to do the question answers of this lesson. And if you open your book, you will find three questions. I have changed them a bit so that we can cover up the gist of the lesson and we can cover everything that we have discussed with the help of these three questions. Right? Page number 70. If you open your book, you will find, kindly open page number 70 and check question number 1, then 2 and 3 bits I have changed, or I have covered up some different questions which cover up the lesson. So if you read the first question that I have written on the board, give a brief account of efforts made by Andrew. Now the value points, key points of this answer. He made a lot of efforts. We discussed about his character sketch also. So I've written the second question as character sketch. Give a brief account of the efforts made by Andrew to revive the stillborn baby, stillborn child. How he managed that. Take out your notepads also. Make some notes, some key points, value points, which will help you to write your elaborative answers, or even if short, you can shorten them and you can write. Okay, so take a minute, open your notebooks and write the first answer that we are sharing. Right? Now, what were the efforts? First of all, he was perplexed when he saw the stillborn child, right? But he remembered one such experience, right? He remembered one such case and the treatment given at that time. He could recall all those things in his mind for a couple of seconds, and he immediately asked for the hot and cold water, as whiteness meant suffocation caused by lack of oxygen. Right? He could make out this. A very white baby, the skin, right? So he could understand that there is lack of oxygen in the cells, or the body has not received that way the oxygen to show signs. He rubbed the child. After putting the child in the hot and cold water, warm and cold water, he could, right? Let me admit all the students, those who are coming and entering. So he asked for hot and cold water, and he put the child again and again into that. For a second into warm water, for another next moment into cold water to revive that respiration. Right? After that, what he did, when he, after spending 15 minutes, half an hour, when he did not get success through this, he rubbed the child with the towel, then with his hands, and finally the child, the baby, heaved a sign, and he could understand, and that when he rubbed the child, there was a prismatic bubble of mucus fell from one of the nostrils. Right, so he had to press the tiny chest, I'm sorry, and he had to do lot of efforts. He was exhausted, but he did not lose hope. He did not see here and there. He was oriented at that time. Yesterday we discussed that I used iridescent, right? So iridescent, that colorful, that prismatic, prism. When you prismatic comes from the word prism. So when you pass the light, you get those colors and all colors, so colorful, right? Um, that bubble of mucus, but it was a very happy bubble because it showed the signs of happiness, life, liveliness, hopefulness, not hopelessness, right? So this way, these were his efforts which I have put before you. You can learn, you can remember, and you can put in a paragraph if a question comes like this. Moving on to the second question, character sketch of Andrew Manson. Now we have discussed few points of his character, but we can put in more beautiful words. So young, qualified doctor, energetic. Maybe at that time he was not energetic when he came there, but an energetic doctor, right? Loved Christine, wanted to marry Christine, the girl whom he loved, thought marriages as peaceful, idyllic, blissful states. But considering other people's marriages and all, he was disappointed when he thought of, he could not stop himself thinking about those failures in marriages. He wanted to get married to Christine, right? And enough mature to keep his professional and personal life separate. He did not he was troubled and disappointed, but he did not allow himself, while disposing of his duties, while doing his duties, responsibilities, or while doing his important work, he did not allow other important things from his personal life to enter into that area, right? So enough mature to keep private and professional life apart. Okay, I've made some points for your answer so that you can remember. Most important thing is you understand and you remember and you write. If you write wonderfully, your lessons will be prepared. He discharges his duties to his utmost capacity. The most important thing, as I have discussed many times in these 2 days, that he disposed of his duties, he delivered his duties in a very diligent way, in a very dedicated way. He's practical, he's pragmatic. Pragmatic is another word for practical. You can write one also, and polite. When he talks to the mother, I'll not run away, mother. I'll be here. So if you remember this line that I'll not run away, mother, he remains there, right? And he reciprocates through eyes that I'll be there, right? Or we can put this way, I'll be here, don't worry. Then overall, an impressive character as a dedicated doctor and a wonderful person. He impresses the readers with his fine qualities, right? So this way we cover up with the brief character sketch of Andrew. A dedicated doctor, a young man, despite of lack of energy, disappointment, which he might have faced the previous evening, but he could manage himself and his duties very well, and he's a giver. He's a giver. He's not just a receiver from the world. As a doctor, he's giving happiness. He's saving lives. At least he's trying his 100% to save life. And he's successful here in this particular case. And he not only saved one life, he saved 2 lives, right? So this way, dear students, we understand this character, right? And now the third question. Compare and contrast Andrew's mental state, physical state and mental state at the beginning of the story and at the end of the story. So the story began with disappointment. Andrew is disappointed, right? Then, when he is disappointed, he still comes and with Morgan, but when he comes, he finds himself completely engrossed in his work, right? After some time, though after some time, but it takes time for him to come out of those thoughts. But he is so compare in the beginning and at the end. So first you can understand at the beginning, Andrew is physically tired, exhausted, emotionally upset. Note down the point, he is emotionally upset. He had returned from a disappointing evening with Christine, the girl whom he loved. You can put a comma and you can write, right? He was feeling very heavy and muddled, very heavy, He was not light. When he went, that time he was light. Right? Very relaxed. When you're relaxed, you feel light. Now, it doesn't mean all of a sudden you start feeling like a light thing that will fly away, but it is emotional lightness, happiness, joyfulness, right? So, at the beginning, he was physically tired, I repeat, emotionally upset. He had returned from a disappointing evening with Christine and he was feeling heavy and muddled, right? He thought of marriage as a blissful state, but could not stop himself. There is a word idyllic in the lesson. IDYLL. He thought marriage as idyllic state and blissful state, but still at the same time he could not stop himself thinking about all those friends and his senior doctor under whom he was working, their failures in their marital relationships, right? So this way, dear student, but now let us come to at the end of the story, how did he feel? His steps echoed with the miners, those who were going early in the morning at 5:30 or 6 when he left his house. The time is not mentioned, but early morning it was. So at the end, Andrew is physically exhausted, but emotionally cheerful and happy. Right? Very cheerful and mentally. During the whole episode of saving these two lives, he was mentally alert. When you are alert, you come out with good results. And when you come out with good results, wonderful results, you do something, you know you are doing something meaningful, that gives you joy. Right? So, he is that way. The most important word that I would like to use here, that he is satisfied with himself. Self-satisfaction is the key word for the end part. Right? Like at the end of the story, we find him feeling with the feelings of self-satisfaction. So he was satisfied and joyful, and he felt as if no less than miraculous. The things that we have thought impossible, or at a point when we find they have gone from our hands like sands, uh, but if we are successful in those, they seem as if they are miracles. So he felt as if he was in a miraculous world, right? So this way, dear students, and one more thing, there was a sense of achievement. So keyword, self-satisfaction, sense of achievement, right? Then now, if he was physically tired, this physical fatigue meant nothing for him. When you are happy, if you are tired, that tiredness becomes zero. It is nothing for you. You're sad and you're tired, it doubles up. Okay? So, if you describe Andrew, at the end of the story, he feels a sense of accomplishment, achievement, physical fatigue. It has been nothing now. He felt as if, or he felt he has done something real. And this is the first question in your book that I discussed. After these three questions, dear children, page number 70, I repeat, page number 70. Question number 1, I have done something, oh God, I have done something real at last. Why does Andrew say this? What does it mean? There is a meaning in this which we have discussed just now, that something meaningful that gives others something, and here he gave life. Right? So miraculous he felt. But at the same time, this last was his beginning. Maybe this was the good, happy ending of Morgan's story of being blessed with a boy in the family. This was the wonderful beginning for the doctor, right? And even if it was not a beginning. Every time you learn new things and you find miraculous only when you are learning, and you are learning new chapters of your life, right? And when they are happy experiences, they leave you with lot of learning. And if they are challenging failure once, they leave tremendous lessons. More than victories, they leave the lessons to be picked up by all of us. Right? So, why does Andrew say this? What does it mean? I have done something. Oh God, I have done something real at last. So he felt he has done something meaningful. Right? Andrew had done a commendable work. His exclamation, oh God, is justified. Beautiful, right? And the major achievement of Andrew was to resuscitate the stubborn child, stillborn child, not stubborn, stillborn child. Resuscitate. Resuscitate, to bring that breathing into the child. For the child to breathe, the stillborn child to life. Right? So this way the most important accomplishment of this doctor of ours, this protagonist of ours, is he to resuscitate the child, right? The stillborn child. Then he labored in vain for half an hour. His efforts were going all in vain for half an hour. But he did not stop. This was his diligence. This was his perseverance. This was his hard work and continuous hard work. That's why we are using the word, that's why I'm using the word diligence, diligent. Okay, so then we can put all the efforts that we discussed that with the help of the first question, that is account of efforts made by Andrew. So what real he did, then he did put one or two steps, like he applied the method of artificial respiration first. When he could not do, find success in that, he asked for the midwife for the vessels filled with cold water and hot water, which his hand could bear, and then he put the baby into hot and then cold water, then again in cold and then in the hot water. Then he found that this trick may work inside, but he was not able to see that it was working. Then he took the child out and rubbed him with his hands and pressed his tiny chest many times. See the tongue twister, tiny chest. You need to pay attention when pronouncing it. Tiny chest, right? So, yes. Now, he can, so that the child could heal, he did all his efforts. Finally, the pale skin started becoming pink and lively. And it was his achievement, a real one. The first question, that I have done something real, what does this mean? This means that he did something very, very meaningful for himself, not only for himself, before that for the society, for the people whom he has learned all his learnings as a doctor. I hope you have understood the lesson. We have revised the chapter with the help of these four questions. Any query of yours which you wish to share, you can, most welcome. Have you understood, dear students? Yes? Very good. You know, your responses I always look for. Very good. Very good. So we have understood Andrew's efforts, Morgan's anxiety, everything here, right? So this way we cover up with this lesson, and some MCQs are there, children, which I will share tomorrow of this chapter. Some 25-30 MCQ questions, multiple choice questions, we'll be sharing in tomorrow's class. Thank you. God bless you all.